And a very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Lord with the CBC Evening News. In our top story, Prime Minister Mia Motley says that no one will be left behind as our government seeks to transform Barbados. She gave the assurance during the opening of the 77th Annual Delegates Conference of the Barbados Workers Union at Solidarity House. Prime Minister Mia Motley says difficult decisions must be taken and discussions have been taking place with the social partnership about the way forward. The last round of which was Wednesday, which lasted around 11 hours. Speaking to a packed auditorium of members of cabinet, senators, senior government officials and delegates, she said they are taking extreme measures to ensure that any pain felt from restructuring will be minimal. Ms. Motley says people must be protected, but government can no longer hold on to jobs and entities which are no longer relevant.
And what are we really doing with a stenographer typist? And should these people not receive the benefit of retraining and repurposing? And should we not seek to restructure our institutions to be fit for purpose for a 21st century Barbados?
Ms. Motley says this is why they're looking to introduce the RE program, which looks at retooling and empowering, retraining and re-enfranchising. They will be investing $30 million a year over the next 4 years to ensure both the public and private sectors benefit.
Every single job in this country has first to be identified. We need to settle on the rudiments of what defines excellence in the delivery of that job. Who will deliver the training? How much it will cost? When will it be delivered? And then most importantly of all, how we will monitor the habit of excellence.
Prime Minister Motley maintains the International Monetary Fund is the best bet for Barbados in terms of lending rates with an interest of just 1%. She says an IMF team will be returning to Barbados next week as they continue negotiations. Ms. Motley says once these talks are concluded, Barbados will immediately gain access to $200 million. The Prime Minister believes the country has a long journey ahead, with things being tight for at least the next 2 to 3 years. But she says this is necessary for growth to take place. And today marks the 100th day in office for the BLP administration, and it's been working to deal with some of the contracts the previous government entered into, in some cases mere weeks before the election. The Prime Minister says that government has had to re-examine these agreements and has had some success, including a $100 million contract for the construction of new desalination plants.
I have signaled all parties must come back to the table to start to renegotiate in the interests of the nation. In the same way that we have managed to get other parties to walk away from the contractual commitment of berth 6 at the port, and from the construction of a $500 million sugar factory.
Meantime, General Secretary of the Barbados Workers Union, Senator Tony Moore, is hoping the union will meet with Labour Minister Colin Jordan soon. Naming several businesses she says are anti-union, Senator Moore has called on government to ensure trade union recognition rights are legislated.
It isn't to say that our focus as a union will be simply on the economic challenge that we face and on the social partnership meetings which we have to have and so on. This theme, the theme delivering for all, reminds us of our mission. A mission which really is embedded with the fundamentals of respect and consideration.
The 67 students of the St. Michael South constituency who will be heading off to secondary school next month were all smiles this morning. And that's because they received gifts of backpacks and geometry sets from their parliamentary representative Kirk Humphrey at the Bonnets Resource Centre. After a motivational speech from Joel Manning and sound words of advice from St. Michael's School senior teacher Cheryl Brathwaite, Mr. Humphrey told the audience that adults in the community all had a duty to help young people.
Brittensill and Bayland and Paddock and Chelsea and Charleston and all those areas that constitute my community must take responsibility for all these children. So all of these children are your children too. And so we have to say to them when they're going astray, this is not the way. And I know people tell me, no, you can't talk to children. You could talk to children, and you must.
Speaking under the theme, New Horizons, Unlimited Possibilities, the St. Michael South MP revealed that he would be introducing some new activities to children in that community.
We will have programs every weekend to expose some of these children to different things. And some of y'all may see me sending invitations for your children to play golf. Don't scoff at it. Or I might want to take your children to swimming. Don't scoff at it. Or to piano lessons. I'm already talking to all these people. Because if I can get your children on weekend doing things that would positively occupy them, they have less time to be engaging in things that will pull them down.
Well, less than 2 years after successfully launching its Visa credit card, Cave Shepherd is once again offering customers a new way of doing business. This time, the company has developed a mobile app which allows its 33,000 active card holders to conduct transactions on the go. Director of Card Services Alison Brown Ellis says the app, which is already available for download on the Google Play and Apple App Stores, gives cardholders access to information they would normally have to call to find out.
The Cave Shepherd Card mobile app offers a host of exciting features and benefits and offers real-time access to your account information, where cardholders will have the opportunity to access their credit limits, available credit, foreign exchange availability, card and in-app transactions, and even access their monthly statements.
Speaking during the official launch next to the flagship store on Broad Street, CEO John Williams said that the app will allow cardholders to send and receive funds from others with Cave Shepherd card accounts. He has also promised that new features will constantly be rolled out, including one which will benefit micro and small business owners.
They've not been able to accept payments from credit cards, and the feature on this, the pay and shop or feature will allow them to open an account with us and to then accept payment from persons who have Cave Shepherd cards. So that for me is the real excitement.
And the app has been welcomed by customers.
I think it's very nice, you know, have quick access to your account. You can see if you owe them, how much money you owe them, what you have to pay. I think it's great.
Well, I'm very much a techie person, so I like to be able to easily access just about anything on my phone, so I'll be using it for sure.
Efforts are on to mobilize a team of Barbadians to assist with the re-roofing of homes in Dominica. Head of Dominica's Disaster Preparedness Unit, Cecil Shillingford, says the country's recovery is being hindered by a shortage of skilled labor. Therefore, any assistance offered is appreciated.
And given the level of damage we had from Maria, a lot of houses went down and a lot of these people had nowhere to live, they left. Also, prior to Maria, there were several storms that affected other Caribbean islands. So these people moved to these islands to assist. And it's kind of difficult now for them to come back to Dominica, given the fact that they're employed now in these areas, trying to put back roofs, etc. So we really had a shortage of labor, and we have to be importing labor from the other Caribbean islands.
Well, so far, teams from St. Lucia, Trinidad, Cuba, and Venezuela have been helping with the re-roofing. Mr. Shillingford says at this point, many homeowners are still using tarpaulin as a temporary shelter from the elements.
And these taps, they have a lifespan. After 6 months or so, they start to give in, and people are having problems with staying in their homes because they're getting wet at this time. And as I indicated earlier, Dominica is a high rainfall area. Every day it rains, so if you have a tap on your house for 6 months and it starts giving in, then you start getting wet.